Well, hello, good day. I don't even know what time it is. It's probably still morning because the sun's still over there. So, morning. Wanted to cover a few more LTVA tidbits. Stuff you might need to know before you come here. Might keep you from overpacking. It's like, oh, I can't bring that. Really? Dude. So you don't have to stuff it somewhere in a corner the whole darn rest of the season until you get home. So, I'm going to show you some handy things that we are given when we get here. We get some lovely pamphlets and a map. Right. Oh, and you meet the nicest people up at the gates. I pulled into the top gate because that's the only one that was open when I got here. Sweetest older couple up there. Oh my gosh. So full of info. So, what you get basically, here's your LTVA. Within the dotted lines. This is the limits, that's the outside edge. All this is us. You got Quartzsite right up here. I believe this area here is where all them tents are going to be going up. You got the water place with those cute elephants for the water tanks. And then you come down just spitting distance, and there are the first two entrances. Now this is backwards. Okay, I got to remember that. Yeah, so their first entrances are up here. And when I came in initially, I came down the main road here, which is Old Yuma Road. It's kind of our backbone of this side of the camp area. This here up and down is the 95, which divides the areas. This is the other side of the road as far as I'm concerned. So when I'm talking about the other side of the road, other side of 95. That's where your dump station, your water, the icky liquids tank. I think there's a restroom over there too. But that's all a mile from the 95. You got to keep going when you're here to get to it. I want to remind people my review on the water was, how did it taste? It tasted okay. Everybody's going, don't drink that stuff. So I will be getting tests and more than likely a filter because it's still free water. If the filters aren't super expensive, it'll balance itself out over the season. So I'm still working on that project. I will keep you posted. But back to your map. So there are only so many restrooms in this place. There's pretty much 3 to each area, except for, I think it's this area up here has none. That is strictly self-contained units, but these other 3 areas have potties. So if you're not self-contained, you're in a rig, you're in a tent, you got to go within 500 feet of where one of these bad boys are. If you are in a self-contained rig and you have the 10-gallon minimum rookie tanks, you need to stay more than 500 feet away from the restrooms because we need to be here and you guys don't. So if you're coming in a big old rig, don't be too close to the restrooms. How far is, or how close is too close? For my eyes, because I'm pretty much at the edge of the 500-foot boundary here. If you can see the shingles on the roof, you're too close. Keep going further away. So that's kind of a good judge for me. So even without my glasses, I can kind of make out the shingles. So yeah, if you can make those out further, this has to be for the non-self-contained folks. So be courteous that way, please, and make sure you're not bogarting spaces that other people have to be in. What other fun features do we have here? Okay, so if you do come hang out in the Tyson Wash area, we are getting our entrances here. And just a little ways in, they're doing the finishing touches on a dump station and a water place for this area. So we don't have to go across the road. We'll have our own. Another neat little thing, get your dumpster up here. Over here is where they put the holding tanks for what I'm assuming is what comes out of the, yeah, So they're open. I mean, it's just kind of shallow pools lined. Two big ones over yonder. Yonder. Um, so those may or may not be an issue depending on where you are and how the winds are and how hot it is and all that, but they haven't fired them up yet. So that's a goodness. We shall see. Because apparently the wind is supposed to be shifting for the winter and usually coming in from kind of over that way. Good place for a stick up. There we go. So there's your basic map. You can see how huge this area is. I mean, a mile is, there's a scale of miles. That's a mile. So from here to here is probably what, 5 or 6 miles. There's tons of land out here for everybody. Nobody's got to crowd in on anyone. So let's be respectful of folks, give them their space, and just be cool, man. Just be cool. So the brochures, there's some handy scoop in here. The bigger, fancier one from the BLM covers a lot of the same-ish stuff. It does have a map of all the LTVAs out this way and the amenities. And rules and tips and stuff like that there. The one thing I thought might interest some folks who may be coming out here for the first time is because they are special permit areas and not developed campsites, your golden passes, your beautiful passes, none of those passes apply to your permit fee. So 180 is 180, 40 is 40. You ain't getting a break. No senior discount. Sorry, kids. Okay, the other one you get is the supplemental, the little gray one. Not nearly as daunting, but full of interesting tidbits that it's good to know. Y'all know there's a quiet hour out here, right? Actually, 8 of them, from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. Tell your rock band to go home. Jam session is over. No running generators after 10 o'clock, please, because people are trying to sleep and noise out here travels. There ain't nothing to stop it. So you could be way away and making all kinds of noise for your neighbors, not even realizing it. If you have a really yappy dog, move further away from folks. Nobody wants to hear your dogs yapping all day long and barking at everybody and everything that goes by. It's just quiet and peace is why a lot of folks are out here. So I don't know if like there's a dog park, like there's a naked people area, the Magic Circle. I haven't been there. Part of me really doesn't want to go. But maybe there's a dog ear area somewhere in this park, because there are kind of not designated areas, but known or suggested areas. If you want to be amongst this group of people, you go find them. And if you want this group of people, they're over there. And so, I mean, you do have options. But you just have to be when people are sleeping. That's all. Yeah, let's see here. If you're finding a place to make your own and there's a little roadway across it, even if it's a suggestion of a roadway, if it's got like a half-ass recent tire track on it, do not block those things. Somebody is counting on getting through there to get in and out of their camp elsewhere. So any roads, driveways, anything that's got tire tracks on it, don't block it, don't park across it, stay back from those because people are using those. There's lots of ways to get around out here on the desert, some of them less bumpy than others. So leave people their paths. Do not block those. It says so right here. Don't put barricades, rocks, wood, anything across anywhere to block in your space. You can't designate your space by moving stuff and barricading yourself in. That's not cool. So don't do that. They don't want landscaping. They don't want you painting rocks. A lot of people move rocks. You have to make a fire pit. But they make rock art on the ground. or they surround the little bushes with just a circle to make it look landscaped. I have that up at the other end of my isthmus over here. It's kind of cool. Livestock. Dudes, find a goat sitter. Do not bring the goat or the sheep or the chickens or the horses or the cattle. None of that. You can't have livestock out here, so get a good sitter. Let's see here. Wood collection, because you're going to want to have fires at night. Nice campfires. I showed you how to make them super duper easy, did I not? I did. I see myself. You cannot collect wood out here. If it's laying on the ground, it's not for burning. It's not for taking. Okay, I'm kind of badass. I am using a really big piece for my flagpole. But if they give me crap, I'll take it down and find another way to get that thing to fly. But it's just handy and taller than my tent, so figured that would work. But yeah, they don't want you busting dead stuff off of the trees for kindling. They don't want you scrounging stuff, picking up stuff. You can pick up a rock, admire it, put it back down. Don't go hoarding. I used to be a hoarder. You can get over it. You just say no, 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 no. Slap yourself on the hand if you have to, but just say no to picking up and keeping rocks. They're pretty. Take pictures of them if you want to. That's why I did the wet rock contest. Hundreds of photos of gorgeous rocks. All left behind. Weight I didn't need. Speed limit in here is 15. You're going to see those signs all over the place, and they mean it. It's a good idea because anything faster than that, you're kicking up a shitload of dust. Your dust is going into your neighbor's camps and everybody else's camps and settling all over their crap and getting in their food and their eyes. So we're trying to keep the dust down, but we also have cyclists out here and walkers and critters, and you don't want to be smacking any of them either. So please, when you're out here, respect the 15-mile-an-hour speed limit. We've got to keep the dust down because, hello, we're in the desert. It's all dust just waiting to happen. The wind does that enough for us. So let your wheels be cool, man. Just chill. Yeah, what else we got? Ooh. And if you're planning on flying in here or coming with the dirigible or a hot air balloon, no aircraft, no landing, no taking off. So leave the plane at home, honey. You can't play with it here. And campsite maintenance. Keep your space nice and tidy. Don't leave trash all over the place. Don't leave trash all over the place. Anyway, no trash on the ground. Don't drop crap. Don't dump crap. Put it in a proper receptacle and get rid of it properly. And they tell you where those things are on the map. I'm telling you where they are on the map. We don't want trash blowing all over this desert. So don't be a litter bug. If you drop something, pick it up. Your napkin's going to blow away. Chase that sucker down. If you can, don't burn a lot of crap in your fire pits because that's the stuff that lifts up, still glowing around the edges, and takes off and lands who knows where. That's not cool. So if you can, don't put extra stuff in your fire you don't need to. There are dumpsters all over the place. I walk to that one every couple of days with my little bag of trash. So it's not going to kill you. So be tidy. Have your place looking nice. Nobody's going to want to be next to somebody who's got, Lord knows what, hanging out all over their camp. So be tidy. It benefits you too because then you're not losing stuff. Oh my gosh. The things I've lost within a 2 square foot amount of space, and it drives you insane because where the hell is it? It was right from here, So being tidy, sorry, my water jug was behind my visor there. Being tidy just makes good sense out here. You gotta get an attitude of putting things back when you're done with them. Just as soon as you're done, boom, right back where it goes and know where it goes. Don't get creative and think, oh, this would be better here, because you're going to forget where here is and you're wondering why it isn't where it's supposed to be. Oh, yeah, that happens. Make notes. I have notes on what is where. They're not current, but I had copious notes. I knew exactly which bin and where that bin was and what was in that bin. So I moved around a lot for the COVID years. Yay, I'm free now and I don't have to move until April 15th. Woot! I do love that feature about the LTVAs, and you can too. Get your fannies out here. Still plenty of prime real estate. Gobs and gobs of prime real estate. It is filling up. Let me show you. Let me get the. What did I do with that? It was right. Free. Oh, there it is. See what I mean? So, where it's filling up, not filling up, but I mean starting to populate more, is up in here. I'm seeing, because you got entrance, you got bathrooms, and a dumpster. And over here, let's see. I also go over in this area because, wait a minute. Scratch that. Well, anyway, by the entrances, that's where people stop first. It's like, we're here, you don't have to drive too far. And so the entrance areas, this place is really packing up. I'm seeing a lot more people here. So down by the dumps and the water and all that, lots of folks there. But up in here, starting to get a little on the crowded side up by the entrances. Over here too, by the entrances, lots of folks coming in. So you want to get out here, get away from the entrances. There's a tip for you. If you need a restroom, find one, but the furthest one away down the area you're looking in, because I think I'm at the last crapper in this joint, and nobody comes out here because we're a couple miles from the entrance. So, ooh, I can't see. Hang tight. A little sweaty, but I can't see there. I'm okay. Sorry for the glare. I'm sitting in here because it's a little breezy out there, and I didn't want to be playing with paperwork and stuff and have them going. That would be vexatious. I don't want that. Okay, let's see. What other things did we want? So we show you the map, the pamphlet. Told you to make sure you're not too close to the toilets. If you're self-contained, save that space for everybody else that needs it. Quiet hours. When you're out for a walk or a bike ride or a drive and you're going past people's camps, don't oogle their stuff. Don't just go, what you got, what you got, what you doing, don't do that. Respect people's space as if it were their home. Give it imaginary walls and then respect those walls. If you see them sitting there and they got a cup of coffee and they're in their chair in the morning and they're looking right at you, give them a wave. See if they wave back. If they wave you over, you have an invitation to approach. Always wait for your invitation to approach. Don't just roll up on somebody's camp and expect it to be all good. Wait for the invite. We got to be good kids out here. You don't want people going, oh crap, here they come. Where can I, wait for the invite. Make sure people want to have you there, and be somebody they want to have back. So just be cool, be fun, be weird. Don't overdo it. Don't scare people with it. Okay, that can be fun, but save that for Christmas shopping if you don't do it online and you're at the mall or something. Do they still have malls? I don't even know. Yeah. But a big box store, whatever. Then you whip out your weird, but there's lots of people around to freak out. That's fun. I do miss doing that. I'm okay. All right, so that's what you need to know about LTVAs. Space. You can be here. You have to be here. Don't be there. They have to be here. Just be really polite. Respect. That's huge out here. Just respect everybody's space, their right to privacy, and whatever response you get, if it's I'm sorry, I'm busy, can you come back later? Respect that. It's very simple, but it makes life a whole lot better. So work the respect angle, don't be a DB. You know, when you get the pamphlets, read them, because there's a bunch of stuff I didn't read. You're welcome. Know this stuff because it matters, and it makes this a better place to hang out if people aren't running around like twits doing dumbass stuff. Trust me. So there you go. I hope we start seeing you guys soon. I know some of you are going to start rolling in another week or two. I'm excited. That's going to be cool. I can go, oh, look, they're over there. And, oh, there's some over there. And it's going to be you guys. And it's going to be really awesome. So watch for my freak flag. It's flying out there. Yep, still attached. Okay. And if you see that freak flag flying, you come on over. And please see my videos on camp etiquette. And if you're coming out here to see me, because there's important stuff in there too that I would like to be respected. So just check that stuff out and then come hang out, have some fun. Uh, yeah, uh, bring some water. Hydration's important. Bring a bunch of water with you and a chair, because I don't have a whole lot of comfy chairs. I didn't know I was going to be having a lot of company. Who knew this was going to take off? So you guys have a safe trip. Find some cheap gas. If you're sitting at home just wishing you could come out here, keep watching the videos. You're sitting right next to me, okay? You're with us, even if you can't come out here. You're still part of the gang, and we miss you. Okay, I'm going to wrap it up. So, no normal, no behaving. You know the routines. Just go out there and be your bestest funky self you possibly can. Shutterbug, out.